not a professional video maker. I'm just making this so that way you guys know what's going on and we don't have to take a lot of time doing it. So if you're watching this video, it means you signed up to work our Be the Match table for Fall Fest. My name's Kara. You guys all know me, but I just felt like I needed to say that. Anyways, for the table, if you're coming in the morning and you're setting up, we've got a cool little banner that'll go on the table. We've got two little pads of paper that come off. That is information. Addie, the lady who is our representative through Be the Match, said that you should read this front and back and just understand it. There will be a little stand thing that goes together for the table. And then there's this folder, which inside of this folder has this form, which you'll sign up saying that you volunteered as a volunteer with Be the Match. So this is something cool that you could put on like a resume saying that you volunteered with this organization. There's also some laminated sheets. This is a laminated sheet about height and weight and anything, like any requirements for signing up to be a donor or, well, just to sign up to swab. These two sheets are the same exact thing, so there's two of them. And then there's another little health screening sheet. I'm not going to go over these in depth. I figure when you get to the table, you can look at these and figure them out. I'm just going to try to keep this video as short as possible. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get to the swabs because that's the main important thing. So, oops, just lost the paper. Anyways, so first off, you'll see a box, and in the box will be these big white envelopes. These envelopes are for one single person that's donating. So per person that wants to donate, this is the envelope that they use. You'll probably also need this cool little thing. I'll tell you what this is in a second, but if somebody is actually signing up, you might need this. So anyways, when you open up this pack, there's stuff in there. There is a little handout that they can have, and it says there is a cure, and it could be you, and it's just sort of talks about Be the Match. And there's another little form that explains the two different ways that people can donate. One way is through blood draw. The other way is through the bone marrow donation from the hip. Addie said that the number one question asked is this going to hurt? And she said, you have these two options. You can basically just give blood, or if you do choose to do the bone marrow, you can do that, and they will give you, it's under anesthesia, so you're not really going to feel it. Apparently the media has sort of kind of overdone that and making it seem like it's a big, like, horrible, scary thing, but it's really not. So there's that. So now it's going to get time to, somebody says, okay, I'm interested, I want to swab my mouth and do stuff. So before we actually swab their mouth, there is this form, and it's got a barcode up here, as you can see. And just so you guys know, I'm going to go ahead and go through and do a mouth swab on myself, just as an example. So on this form, there's 4 questions. And they'll answer them: very willing, somewhat willing, I don't know, I refuse, other, I'm not okay with this, stuff like that. You can see this when you look at it. And if any of you guys want to swab and sign up to be a part of the registry for possible donation, go ahead and practice on yourselves before doing anybody else, so that way you can see how this is done firsthand versus like my cool little video that I'm making. So anyways, the first thing says, give a blood, would you be willing to give a blood sample to confirm that you are the best match for a patient? The blood sample is drawn. I know we just swabbed people's mouths, but that puts them initially in the registry. The blood sample verifies that they are a best match. And they can choose very willing, not at all willing, somewhere in between. The next one, and this one might send up some red flags for people. Says make a time commitment of 20 to 30 hours over 4 to 6 weeks to complete the necessary phone calls, appointments, physical exam, and actual donation. That might sound a little scary because we're students, we work and all this stuff. Really, they just sort of kind of extremely over-exaggerated the amount of time that would be needed. It's just explain to people that you might have to go in for some lab work just to confirm some testing to make sure you're a right match, go through like a physical examination and like interview and sort of kind of make sure that you're right for the fit. It's over time that this happens though, so it's not like all at once you have 20 to 30 hours that you're spending doing this. It's just sort of kind of a buildup over time. All of the lab tests, all of the physical assessments, everything is covered by Be The Match. You don't have to worry about having insurance that covers it. They pay for all of this. So people can pick willing, not at all willing. I'm sorry if you guys hear my dogs in the background. They've decided to play right next to me. Fourth question is donate marrow cells to someone you don't know. Just explain that this is a public organization. If they want to donate to somebody that they do know, like their cousin or their aunt or somebody, they have to go speak to that person's doctor. It doesn't go through Be The Match. And then the last question is say yes if called to save a life and complete the donation process. So swabbing is not donation. Swabbing is just submitting yourself into the registry, and the actual donation process would come later if like if they're a match for somebody. They'll get like an email or a phone call or something, and then it's a working through the process. If at all anybody says they're not willing or they're not willing at all to do any of this, that's sort of kind of like you got to sit down and talk and make sure everything's okay. Make sure this paper is done first before any swabbing happens, because this is what confirms. I'm not actually going to fill anything out because I just didn't grab a pen for this. Next thing. So there's this cool little form, says donor registration. You open it up and open up this, and it says your copy, take this out and give it to them. Now, this looks like a lot of stuff that needs to be filled out. It's really not, because that yellow thing that I showed you earlier, this, you place it, let me get this right. You place it over it lines up perfectly with the first 2 pages. And so when you show them it, they only have to fill out the areas that are highlighted in yellow. This 3rd page over here, that is their health assessment, they don't need to fill that out, because that would be if they are selected as a match for somebody. That blood test comes back during that time that I said that they would have like a phone interview and stuff like that. That's when they do the health assessment. So just make sure that they fill out the yellow highlighted areas from this cool little nifty sheet. And then, so there's this page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the back page, there is a section where they need to sign and print their name. And that's it. So after that, we now get to do swabbing, and they do the swabbing. You can assist by putting barcodes. There's a little mini folder or envelope inside of the other one. There's a registration card, which is theirs to keep. It's got their little barcode number. There's 2 sterile, 2 packs of 2 swabs. There is a little thing that the swabs go into, and there is a list of barcodes. So I'm going to go ahead and swab myself and show you how this is done. So you have your little pack and you leave it open. I guess I can't really show what my counter looks like, I'm sorry. You want to go ahead and open, it says peel here. Open it up, and you can open it, and you're going to take the little pink barcodes that have a picture of a swab on them, if I can get one of them up. So these little barcodes that have a picture of a swab, and you're gonna put one on each swab. So kind of like center and just fold over, and then do the other one. Yeah, like my music, so entertaining. There we go. Okay, so you're gonna take, and so there's 4 of these that you'll do, and they swap each quadrant. So 1 for up here, 1 for down here, 1 for up here, 1 for down here. So they're gonna take it, they're gonna go twist it around a little bit, take it out, and then inside of this, they'll just pop it into place. If it doesn't go in there and they just set it on top of the foam, that's okay. Just set it in there, close this thing. There's a big barcode sticker that goes across the front of this, and you stick it in this envelope. You seal that envelope. You put it in the big white envelope with their registration form. My lighting just went off. With the registration form and their commitment pledge, and you seal the big white envelope and you stick it in the box. So that's basically what you do. And if you have any questions, please ask me. I will be at the table at 12. I have class from 9 to 12. So for you first years that are going, I am sorry I can't be there. I will send you my text message and the Facebook message that I'm going to send you guys, or whatever message I send you guys this video through. I'll send you my cell phone number. Go ahead and text me. I can't promise that I'll respond. For the second years that are attending, thank you guys. I will be there with you, so if you have questions, I'm there. Sorry this video is 12 minutes long. I was trying to get it done faster, but I guess this is as fast as I got it done in. So bye. Thank you.